What's up, guest services? I have some very important information for you coming up the next few weeks. So make sure you stay tuned for announcements and what's coming up. But first, I want to do some shout outs to some of you on guest services who have been bragged on by your team leaders. So, first of all, Andy Adams, thank you so much for what you did in the suite a couple weeks ago. Actually, Matt said you did an amazing job while he was talking to a couple people. You handled the situation very well with some people who were waiting to talk to Matt but had to wait a long time. You did a great job engaging them in conversation. Way to go, Andy. Keep up the good work. And also, thanks to Colton Cox and Michael Gardner. I've had to retrain you on because we're packing the garage on tear down differently, and you guys have done an amazing job of putting things in place and making it accessible for us during the week. So thank you so much. That adds a lot of value so we can stock our supplies easier during the week. So thank you guys for doing that. Now, let's talk about what's coming up on the calendar. Hey, this week, things are as normal. Just continue to wow people, leave a lasting impression, and create some fun as people come in and engaging our guests. But just remember, this week is also Super Bowl Sunday. So you may have some people watching that game. Just be aware. Might be some fun things you can talk about with Super Bowl, engage them in conversation, get to know some new people around your favorite team, or your team that didn't make the game, or the team that you think is going to win. So remember that is a big piece of what may be happening Sunday in people's lives. And number two, February 9th, we will have some of our special events folks. You may see them every once in a while come out. They're going to be putting up a Valentine's Day area, just like we've done with the bacon bar, some other things, but they'll be having like a little snack area with some candies and chocolates and things for people to come by and engage at. So just know that's coming, and be aware that may be a great place to walk new guests to, help them engage and get to know some people and hang out around that area. So those things are coming in February. Take advantage of those. And lastly, let me just remind you of how important you are to what we do. Do you realize that so many new guests come in? There is no way for just one person to do it all. There's no way for just two people to do it all. There's no way for just 10 people to do it all. And I know sometimes you're going to be out of town or you're going to get sick, but let me remind you how badly we need you at making sure we can accomplish our mission, to make sure that people know how well God loves them by how well we serve them. So just remember, we need you in your spot every time your team serves. And I don't want to make you feel guilty, but here's what I'll put on you. When you're not there, we miss your interaction with guests. That doesn't mean we can't cover the main things, but here's what we're shooting for. Here's why we're trying to make sure this guest services team builds and builds and builds, is because we need enough people at every spot and in every area that if a guest needs individual help, they can get it. And no spot gets left unattended. So if you're in the cafe and a guest says, oh, I'm not feeling well, and you need to walk them over to an area to sit down, instead of just leaving your post and nobody's there now, we've got enough people in the cafe to serve a guest individually. So remember, when you're gone, we definitely miss your interaction. So let your team leader know ahead in advance, because we may need to ask for help when you're gone, because we want to make sure every guest is served well. And number two, we want to start expanding our WOW service. I'm not going to explain what that means yet, but just trust that Rudy and I and the team leaders are all looking at what can we do to expand our WOW service in the next year as we go into this building. Are we going to be ready to launch and welcome all these new people that God may send our way as we launch into this new building in the next coming year? So just know we're going to start showing you some new things. So hey, we need all of you on board and making sure that we can do all these new things to make sure that every single person comes to this door and knows how much God loves them by how well we serve them. Thank you guys for the time. I will see you Sunday if you're serving. I'll see you Sunday even if you're not serving. I hope to see you at the service. So hey, have a good one.